difference between Ashton Hagens this year, Ashton Hagens last year?
He knows what to expect. He has no anxiety about what he's doing. He knows coming into the game. He knows game planning. He'll watch tape. He's so far advanced. And again, there may be better point guards out there. I'd have to watch closely. I mean, the way he is playing, that he's starting to master his skills. Now, he still gets sloppy. He'll get sloppy both on defense and offense, but sometimes I think he gets bored, so then he has to try something new. But I'm proud of him, and I like the three guards. It was nice to see Tyrese go 0 for 9, but, or did he go 6 for 10? Oh, no, that was Brad that went 6 for 10 and got 20 today. I'm sorry.
Cal, it seems like Keon is finally kind of back here in the back. Keon's kind of starting to get his groove, playing some energy.
Fight. You're saying energy, fight.
How does it change you when he plays?
He's a skilled basketball player. I even saw him stay in front of people where we were getting beat on the dribble. Number 5 beat us on the dribble with everybody else who played him, and he didn't get around Keon. I was proud of him. But, look, at the end of the day, we need to get Nate back. Nick has reverted. He reverted in practice. And what he did was he got lazy with catches. Did you see him fumbling passes in the post today? He got lazy with catches. He started rebounding with one. Wasn't playing with the energy that he had been playing with. And so this is what you get, this kind of game. And I told him it was coming. Maybe I jinxed him, but I told him, you play how you train. And so he and EJ, we need them both. And it's not, if they score, great, they can score. But they got to fight and rebound and block shots and be active and talk. This stuff is hard here. It's easier to just say, let me shoot more balls. Well, it's not how this stuff works. It's not how you elevate your game. But Keon did today.
Coach, how do you think the team is playing defensively?
I'll have to watch the tape, but in the second half, I thought we did some good stuff. First half, I think at one point they were shooting 60%, 65% to start the game. But every team comes in here, high energy, flying around, nothing to lose. The rim's big. And then our job is to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. And now all of a sudden it catches up. And that's kind of what happened. To start, if you noticed, we changed how we warmed up at halftime. What was happening is the start of our games and even the second quarter of our games, the start of the second half, everything was dipping. So then it's like, well, what in the world is that about? And so we tried a different warm-up today. We went into, and they all know, the players knew, and we warmed up a little different, and I think it helped us with our start. But it ended up being 6-6, even though we got the thing to 12, and then all of a sudden you look around at 6-6.
Cal, are you seeing the strides out of this team that you want to see this time of year?
Yeah, I guess. It's hard. I mean, I think Josh, the job he's doing, they're playing zone. They're mixing up their defense. It's hard to go 40 minutes against the zone. It just is. And especially when you're a team that's not going to try to shoot 35 threes. So the teams that have hurt them shot 30, 35 threes and made 20, 15, 8. We don't play that way. Do I want to shoot more threes? Yeah, I thought Emmanuel passed up a couple and drove and ended up getting in trouble when he had a better shot on the first catch. I thought Khalil had a three in the far corner away from our bench too. And he drives into really nothing, and he had to pass it. I'd rather him shoot the ball. So, but the biggest, I'm telling you folks, there's two things: fight and finish. How we finish games is going to be vital because we're going to be in a bunch of close games. We are. We're not going to be 25 points better than people. As a matter of fact, we're going to play some people coming up who may be 20 points better than us. Then it's like, okay, do we have any fight in us to even this stuff out? Because that's what it's going to be. And then we got to be a better team to make sure we can survive.
John, the Maxey didn't make a shot, yet he had rebounds, he had assists. What do you think about just the way he stayed competitive and in the game despite not making
Yeah, and again, he's just learning. And again, I keep telling him, you cannot avoid contact and try to flip balls. You're not playing set Aloysius anymore. I mean, these dudes, when you go like that, they block it. And if you go like that, the official is not going to call that a foul. He's not. If you go into him like he did the 2 times he went into him, they will call that a foul. He's never played that way. Everything is a throw and a flip. They give him no call, so we've been all over it, and he's responded. You know, he'll text me, keep coaching me, man, keep coaching me. And believe me, I'm like people that have watched us in practice know I'm just holding them to a high standard and holding them accountable.
John, when you were talking about Nick, when you look at his line today, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks, 5 for 6. I mean, the first 2 years, you'd have probably been in here kind of jumping up and down if he gave you that kind of line. So what is he not doing exactly that you think he's going to do better, and if you just raise the bar that much for him this year?
I want him to be the best big man in the country. You know why? Because I truly believe he's capable of it. Who's his size with his athleticism? But if you don't fight, if there's talent, but you don't fight, and the other team is a better team, they play together better, you're losing. I don't care how talented you are. If you'll fight and play on a team that plays together, he could be the best big man in the country. I've had people say, why didn't he get more rebounds? Why doesn't he get more? Well, again, shot goes up, he runs, versus I create contact. Shot goes up, I reach with 1. I never bring him in, versus I'm going after every ball with 2. Holding him accountable, he reverted last week. I love him. I mean, he's going to be fine, but look, the only way these kids get better, they have to fail. They have to have adversity thrown at them. It's the only way you grow. Now, then you evaluate yourself, self-evaluation, and you're honest, or folks, you're delusional. The delusional guy says, if you just let me shoot more, I'm better. I'll be fine. You're being delusional. This has nothing to do with your shots. Matter of fact, most of these guys, I'm telling them to shoot more. But
Coach, I know you talked about what you saw from Ashton Higgins, but with Emmanuel quickly, how impressed were you to see him have another career high in scoring?
no, how did you know I started 3 guards? Did you guys even notice that? Who, Eric told you? What? So I went with that lineup. Now, the problem is it may push Johnny and Khalil a little bit back, and I don't want to do that, which is why I wasn't starting them early. But if those 3 deserve to play together, it is what it is. What, am I going to cheat one of those guys because I'm trying to get – no, look, like Coach Wooden called me in 2010. He was talking about my team, and I called him. And I said, Coach, are you watching my team? He said, yeah. Tell me what you think. We're not an execution team. This is my 2010 team. He said, you're not an execution team because you try to play 9 guys. I played 6. And you either earned the right to play in practice or you didn't play. And the other guy did. That was from Coach Wooden. That's what he said to me. You're playing 9. You're never really going to be a great team. And he said, but times have changed, and I understand why you're doing it. You're trying to bring everybody along. Kids transfer. They didn't with us. They were there. I had guys had to sit 3 years in their 4th year, became an NBA player. It's changed. And he's right. The best teams that I've coached, I played 5 and 6 guys. This team, I'm hoping I can play 9. Yes.
Happy holidays, first off. Jordan, you talk about the fight that you guys had to have. Georgia Tech put up a pretty good fight also, especially in the first half. What were the adjustments?
Is the ambassador from London here? Where? I need to see the Queen. Please, when we're coming over next year, do you know we're coming over? Can you please let her know that I am the biggest fan. I read everything. I watch everything I can. Amazing, amazing woman. She's going to say, who is this guy? She'll say, where is he from? Italy? What's his name? Wait.
Yeah, but Cal, the adjustments that have to be made.
What? Brad had 20 tonight. He was 6 for 10 from the three-point line, by the way. Go ahead. What happened? Speak into that mic. I can't hear you.
Yeah, well, how did Brad do on defense? The first half.
I am a father. I wasn't watching him play on defense.
The adjustments.
All I said every time he gets the ball, shoot. If they don't throw him the ball, pass it to him. How do you? If they sub him out of the game, no, I go get something to eat. I'm not watching the game. He's not in. But anyway.
Just brought the fight to you.
Yeah, they stayed in the game. They didn't go away until there was one stretch where we pushed it out. But let me say this. They missed 3 open threes, wide open, that they normally don't miss. Those 3, if they make those 3, they may have beat us. You're sitting there with where we are right now. At times, you're just trying to get out of the gym. Let's just get out of here. But, you know, we're a work in progress. Every year we go through the same thing. I forget how hard it is. I forget that well, what did it look like in March? Yeah? If you remember, Tyler Hero couldn't make a shot in November. Do you remember that? And he's scoring 30 in the NBA against NBA team. He couldn't make a shot in November. And then all of a sudden, it just changes. And the light will go off on these guys. I just got to be there for them and get them to understand that I can't do it for you. I don't have a magic wand. You're going to have to fight. If you think it's something else, you're probably going to stay in the same position you're in. If you learn to fight in battle, you'll see stuff change. The hardest thing is the skill stuff. The easy thing is playing hard. Fighting. Great energy. Effort. No, truly, that's the hardest part of this. We had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He was drafted number 2 because of all that stuff. Because no one wants to be that. They want to be the guy that throws passes and shoots balls and jogs around, thumbs up, makes a 3 and goes like that. I mean, they don't want to be the guy diving on the floor, taking charges, fighting for rebounds with guys that are bigger, getting hit in the face with an elbow. I don't want that. Just let me have more shots. We're going through a little bit of that. And I got a great group of guys. If you watch us practice, you walk out and say, he's got great guys that want to be coached. 11th year. And it's dog years here. So it's not normal years. So I'm at 77. Who? Yeah, because those teams fought. What do you think Ashton fights? Yeah. So what if I had a team full of guys that played with his kind of fight? How does Ashton shoot the ball? But he fights. He's getting better, though, isn't he? Making free throws, making some shots. All that, if you fight, the teams we have coming up, I'm telling you, the best teams in college basketball are teams that fight. They're not the skill, talent. They got talent. They wouldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the country if they didn't. If this team, I said it how long ago, if we fight, we'll be fine. I'm trying to go fight and finish. How do we finish off games? Fight and finish. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm addressing. Anything else? Thanks, folks. For the